this has been through sustainable development, because India has built up 256 gigawatt of renewable energy. 256 gigawatt of renewable energy and brought down the price of renewable energy. India is not you see, if you look at the total greenhouse gas emission in the world, the CO2 emission, India's contribution is 1/10 that of the United States. But yet we took this responsibility that we will drive green growth. In COP21 in Paris, we took that responsibility. We did 256 gigawatt of renewable energy. We brought down the price of renewable energy power from 24 rupees to 2 rupees, roughly about 2 rupees 20 paisa now. We created one grid, no other. We must understand this. Europe doesn't have one grid. United States doesn't have one grid. India has one grid across the country. You produce renewable power produced in Tamil Nadu can go to the western part of India, eastern part of India. Power produced in Gujarat can go to the eastern part of India because of one grid. And therefore, what India has done in this area has been enormous. And now, this has all happened not because of government. The government brought in policy changes. But this entire drive of renewable energy has been driven by private sector of India. They were able to use the policy changes to bring in private equity, venture fund, and this is a creation of great entrepreneurship by young Indian entrepreneurs who've done this. And therefore, the transformation of India. The second key thing we must understand what India did. Indian women in rural areas of India, particularly eastern part of India, all used to burn firewood for cooking. India gave LPG connection to 120 million women and said that you move from firewood to LPG gas connection and transform their health. Now, 120 million women were given LPG connection. So, the size and scale. We went in for electric buses. When I was CEO Niti Aayog, we did a tender for 7,000 electric buses. The cost of electric buses was 12% cheaper than fossil fuel buses. The next tender being done is for 10,000 buses. The Prime Minister said next third tender should be for 30,000 buses. The fourth tender for 100,000 buses. Now, when you do this, you are using the size and scale of India to drive down prices and actually making India the center for manufacturing electric buses across India. And therefore, what India said that it will, many commentators like Bill Gates, etc., said that when you move from fossil fuel to clean energy, you have to pay a premium. You have to pay a premium of 30 to 35%. What India demonstrated is that it can use its size and scale to drive down prices and actually do it not at a premium but at a discount. And therefore, India's ability to become the first country in the world to urbanize and industrialize through a process of decarbonization is very critical. It's critical because when America was urbanizing, American car companies bought over the railway companies and destroyed them so that General Motors cars and Ford cars could sell, and the entire development of America was through highways. Highways, cars flying, and there was a model of sprawling cities. Whereas what Singapore has demonstrated is that you can do better urbanization through compact, dense cities with more green areas. There is better livability with better density. And therefore, you need to do a new model of urbanization which is based on green transport, which is based on walking, cycling, which is based on public transportation, etc. So, we'll talk a little more of urbanization a little later, but the transformation of India as a sustainable country for the future is very critical. So, these are four things which India has done.